Skinner was MVP in 2025 and her team was champion. They went through Atlanta on the way. Mackenzie Adams and the group from the ATL, they're looking for a little revenge in 26.
Thompson swing, it is good.
Pass by Kojima. Adams, big swing. Adams.
Outside again, what a rip. Skinner just too lethal.
Big block, Amber Igini.
Such a strong connection between Coulter and Gray.
It's a block once again.
Here's Eggleston, so good. Asia O'Neal, what a read that was. United her team.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good day.
That's it. Atlanta's going to the Bears.
Could they be peaking at the perfect time?
Austin has just been rolling. When you're feeling it, you're feeling big players show up in big moments, and it is do or die.
A season ago, it was lower-seeded Austin laying waste to Atlanta's championship dreams. Tonight, part one of the rematch hits the Terraflex. It's a new format. Will it be Austin again, or will it be Atlanta this time? Let's take a look at our bracket. It was last-minute changes into the final week of the season to end up where we are. Houston stayed at number one. Atlanta slotted in second. It was a chase for Salt Lake and Austin to get in. We have two matches for you tonight. New structure this year, that new format, very interesting. 2 matches, it's best of 2. So if you win 2, you're on your way. But if we split, the 2 teams split, you'll play 1 set to 15, which will function sort of as a break match. Welcome inside, everybody. Kevin Barnett alongside Salima Rockwell once again. Excited for this one, Salima. That format where you have that golden set, which functions as a match, is something no one has played before except one coach.
One coach, and that's Atlanta's head coach, Paulo Coco. And he's used to that format. He talked to his team about it, and he said, we're going to approach this whole thing like we're playing 11 sets. A 5-set match today, a 5-setter tomorrow, and the golden set. So if you approach it that way, you've got your mind right.
Yeah, you're looking at 11 possible sets to move on. Now, we have scouting reports for these teams which have played an entire season. For Atlanta, some strengths, some weaknesses, X factor.
Well, and for Atlanta, it's really their block that has been so strong this season, and the emergence of the opposite in Montano. So good on the right side of the court and has helped them tremendously so far. The X factor for Atlanta really is Mackenzie Adams. She has been good. Needs to continue to get better, and for this team, it's the other outside hitter in that position that's going to be a big factor.
Let's put the focus on that spot with Eva Hudson. Last 2, best 2. Not a lot of play before that, but 26 kills in the 2 matches leading to tonight.
Yeah, she's been in and out, the rookie this season, but when she has played, she has shown that she can hang. She can hang with the big women of this league. She's playing at a level that you expect from a professional, but maybe not necessarily from a rookie. With a big block in front of her and with the speed of the serves coming at her, this is a player that has really grown in her confidence.
Yeah, she showed a ton of confidence and fire for her teams in college, finishing at Kentucky with a fantastic run there. She's brought that same energy here.
She absolutely has, and she and Mackenzie Adams really feed off of one another.
Look at our starting lineup presented by Adidas. First for the ATL, and we can look at the setting position. Talking about Rachel Fairbanks in her second year.
Well, Rachel Fairbanks is the second-year professional player, and she has been phenomenal in running the offense. She is a balanced and poised setter and very mature, I would say, beyond her years as a setter.
Look across the net to the other side, and the scouting report for Austin coming into this season. They've been playing in the playoffs for some time now.
It feels like a lifetime. Well, they lost 4 in a row, and that was a problem for them. Then they had to win. They had to scratch and crawl their way back in, won those last 2 matches to make sure and secure their place. Their strengths are their middles and their setters. Both setters are phenomenal. The left side outside hitters have to be very good today. And the X factor is going to be Madison Skinner. We all know how good she can be when she's playing at her best.
Now, part of Madison Skinner being so good last year was Carly Lloyd subbing in and running the offense during the finals. In this season, she's taken over a bit earlier.
Well, and I think it's been so many different factors. They have two phenomenal setters, but Carly Lloyd has brought an energy and a fire and some little spark to this team that really clicked.
She has an edge, and she can set the middle.
Well, that's it. I mean, those are the two things. I mean, I think they love the fire, and the middle attack has been phenomenal between Asia O'Neal and Molly McCage. Now, we know they can hit the slide well, but both of them can also hit in front. I mean, this is a very unique thing to have both middle blockers be able to hit as well in front as they do behind the setter.
Look at our Adidas starting lineup for the Austin side. And another hero during the finals last year was Maddie Banks.
Well, she was so good for the Nebraska team last season, and this is her time to shine again. I think she steps up in big matches, in big moments, and we'll see how she plays tonight because they definitely need the offense from the outside hitters.
We have a third member of our crew with us tonight, Kay Michael.
We have two of the most experienced coaches in the league here with 52 years of combined experience on the bench between the two of them, but two very different coaching strategies. For Eric Sullivan, it's all about slowing down one player. Mackenzie Adams, he said she's filling in those shoes for Kelsey Robinson-Cook, who's an Olympic gold medalist, but she actually reminds him more of Jordan Larson. One of the biggest compliments I think you can have for her speed. And on the other side, Paolo Coco, well, he is focused purely on defense. He's got the best middle blocker in the league and the best defender in Pia Panoy and Magda Yelarova. So his strategy is clear: force Austin to play.
One of the more intriguing matchups when it comes to the middle will take place in this one. As you look at Paolo Coco in his second season, Eric Sullivan in his first. He does have those medals as a national team assistant, where he will go right back to Brazil following his stint here.
Well, and he's talked so much about that transition from coaching professionally and coaching at such a high level, and now with a mix of some of the newer players and the younger players in this league.
All right, Jelena Halasheva in the middle. Played at Washington State, plays internationally. For her side, we have both teams on the floor, ready to go. Austin to the left, Atlanta to the right. First serve goes to Adams and right to the middle to Jimerson. And a quick transition score for Austin off that beautiful dig from Katoa Inuit, who is #1 in digs this season.
Well, it's going to be important for them to keep the ball alive and for Atlanta to really keep the ball off her.
For that left side battle to continue. That ball was deep to the line. Hudson chips the edge right away, and that's an intriguing matchup where you have Madison Skinner against the outsides that Atlanta wants to go off.
Well, and I like this matchup for a variety of reasons. It's going to be a very good battle on that side of the court, so just keep an eye on that.
Ava Hudson went from Purdue to Kentucky. This is her first season, come directly out of college as Tia Jimerson takes the line. Last year, second in blocks, Tia Jimerson. This year, a little bit quieter defensively. Will she break out here in Louisville? Molly McCage with the kill to the middle, and right away, those deliveries are going to the center of the court.
Well, and they're going to when they're passing well, and they have been passing so well on the season, this Austin team. And certainly Logan Eggleston, who's proven that she is now one of the best outside hitting passers in the league.
An elite passing squad in Austin, although they have had trouble scoring points. They've had trouble getting side outs. High ball to the outside. Hudson will have to give a free ball. Takes Banks out. Fairbanks, perfect position. Montano. Little opposite battle breaking out. Montano playing that off position to get the dig. And our longest rally takes shape. Skinner gets that one to fall off the cable.
Well, and I think both teams are trying to find their rhythm, trying to find that perfect set and a very good, speed and attack on the ball right now. They'll settle in here as the points go forward.
Opposite attacker won national titles at Kentucky as well as Texas. Another nice pass. Montano works her way around that one and goes long.
And you see that set drifted a little bit off the net. And you watch Montano had to reach behind her, and that's why she hit that ball out of bounds. She couldn't quite get on top of it.
Early advantage here for Austin. These teams split in the regular season, 2-2, and they alternated at home. McCage to the left hand and an early block.
Well, that's the area of the court that Atlanta's going to have to avoid. McCage and O'Neal so good closing from pin to pin, and you see McCage's hands just finishing back into the court. Atlanta's going to have to work the edges of the court a little bit more.
I was thinking I heard some distant barking when McCage picked up that block.
Oh, yeah.
Molly saying earlier in the year, you got to have that dog in you.
I love it.
So every time she made a play, teammates barking at her.
And I think Kat Bell was one of the ones that she loves to bark at Molly.
Little shout out to Kat Bell. Hope she's feeling better.
Yep.
Watching from home here in the late part of the season. Unable to join her teammates here in Louisville. Kat, we are with. Should we listen to the timeout?
Right, Vin, McKenzie, you can play off either one. Keep it off the bro. Can't. We can play with that.
Like the first one, Skinner, we know she puts inside. If you go the same ball to the line higher, we're gonna touch. Okay? Same Evie. When it's here, the ball is off. They're giving space. So we can go deep for one and play against the defense. Let's put together block and defense again. We know how to play out of system. Easy, relax. Just put behind the ball over there. Go.
Just one, we're good, let's go.
Paulo Coco trying to fill his side with some confidence.
Well, and that's what he said. He's very focused on just keeping them in a good headspace, feeling confident in what they're doing. It's a big part of his coaching strategy this season, especially with some of the younger players. He's noticed and understands that that's what they need to play well.
He said that he needed to recalibrate their expectations, but also needed to recalibrate his own expectations coming from the elite international level to what is a high professional level, but the players are different. Players are evolving out of college in many cases.
Well, and it was pretty cool to hear because, he's been an international, he's a gold medal coach. To hear him change and evolve a little bit coming into the league, I think I had so much respect for that.
7-2, his team did get the side out on the error, and they get another one here with McCage. Back-to-back misses from Austin. Regular season series, I mentioned 2-2, but they last met February 22nd. So for all the interplay between 6 teams in the league this year, these two teams have taken quite a break. It was the second round last year when they met. It was single elimination in that season as the ball was tipped over successfully by Skinner. Atlanta, regular season champions, they were up 2-1 and went down in 5. Everything went 5.
Crazy. Everything absolutely went 5, and it was amazing to watch Austin and what they did towards the end of that season.
And Madison Skinner was a massive part of that. Will she do it again? She's been a little bit up and down this season. Most recently, way up. Fast to the outside. Dug again. Austin, transition. Here's where Coco said, be relaxed, play free, and they do just that. Their opposite, Ilan Montano with the kill, who stepped into a starting role. She started 13 of the 20 matches after an injury to Tessa Groves.
And she's been so good leading this team on the opposite position, and it's not just her fire, it's how fast her arm is and how well she moves the ball around.
Since mid-February when she took over, she's been over 20 kills 4 times. Power in the offense here. She gets a dig a little too far, and there's some of that fire. That ball is still alive, by the way. Stop the celebration. Continue playing, and now continue your celebration.
We thought it was down 2, Carly. We thought it was down. I certainly did as a setter. You go and grab that ball, and they kept it alive, Atlanta. But setting that free ball over is going to be trouble for them.
Banks again. Off the net, delivery to the middle. Another good blocking move. There it is. Eggleston helping out next to O'Neal.
Eggleston showed up a little bit late to the party. Wasn't sure if that ball went over the net, but it was a nice help on that big attack. Right now, both teams passing fairly well and are able to stay pretty much in system.
Tennessee native with 25 blocks in the that puts her 3rd for Austin. Their blocking defense is on point early here in set 1. Backslide, Jimerson finds the line.
That was a fast slide transition play by Jimerson. Normally you see that ball loop a little bit higher to the pin, but Jimerson is so fast she got on quick.
3 hitters to the front row. Montano back up there, Fairbanks at the line, and that's a miss from the second-year professional. An intense competitor, Rachel Fairbanks. And she's not afraid to get offensive either, hitting almost 600 on the year efficiency with 39 kills. So she will be a front row threat when she's there. Currently 3 hitters in the front row for Atlanta. Adams again with that fast one to the outside. This time she cranks it down the line.
I love the speed of that set to the pin right now for Atlanta. Anytime it's perfect, you're going to hold the middle blocker. Outside hitter is going to be able to get on that quick down the line. That's going to be the key for them, hitting that ball down the line.
For all the offensive struggles compared to last year for the UTSA alumni, she has 5.97 points per 100. So for every 100 points that her side scores, she's scoring 6. That is tops on that side. And they're going to need more points out of her if they're going to come back here in the first. They've been doubled up at the technical timeout by Austin.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good day.
If you can see it, you can be it. That's the dream. See it. Be it. See it. Be it. But this time of year, it is not for everyone. It's for the fighters, the grinders, the locked in. It's for the every touch matters, the lay it all out there, the rise again. It's for the extra step, the extra inch, the brace for contact. It's for the dreamers, the next person up, the last chance. It is for them. It is the playoffs. We all see it. But only one can be it.
Skims is the official loungewear, intimates, and sleepwear partner of League One Volleyball. The Derby is in just 3 weeks, 152nd running coming up. Get your hat ready, and I'll do the math for you. That meant the first one was in 1875, back when Tchaikovsky was killing it on the music charts. The 3-year-olds will run again May 2nd here in Louisville. Will there be another run for Madison Skinner is the question. She has won 5 championships in 6 years, including last year's inaugural title here.
That's crazy. I mean, it's impossible to even comprehend that when you think about all of those championships and the experience behind that. Madison Skinner has it, and I know she wants it again.
Yeah, so much upward potential still available for this young player. Here's the real question, though. Which version will we get? Those last 5 matches. 2 hitting 0 efficiency, 3 dominating the field.
Well, and so far, she has been playing well. Her team is playing well. We'll take a look at how she's been attacking. These last 3 matches, I think, are indicative of how she actually plays the game. Today, they're starting out strong as a team, hitting 540. Atlanta right now just above 0. So off to a good start for Austin.
Atlanta trying to go in transition. Jimerson lays it up. Nearly put it into the middle of the donut hole here. Skinner has to do something with it, and she does. She's coming off her perhaps most complete match of the year. 28 kills, 46% kill percentage, 2 aces, 4 blocks, 6 digs, and a record 34 points in the match.
A cartridge and a pear tree.
When they had to have it.
All of it. All of it. When they have to have it. And those, if it swings like that, the ball that's way inside the court, gets her feet there, turns that ball down the line.
What is a partridge?
Bird?
I don't even remember. I mean, I'm with you.
I'll have to look
She's
that up.
flying. And I would love it if someone brought a pear tree as the double sub comes on for Atlanta. They're going to make a move here. Carly DeHogue is going to come in, the lefty. And backup setter LMA Powell. Now, Carly DeHogue Her best performance of the year in February, 15 kills, came against Austin.
Well, it's a big block on the right side of the court. So, of course, they're going to move it around, get it to Skinner, avoid that huge block on the other side of the court.
They're trying to take advantage here. Skinner's matchup against Hudson. That's going to be advantage for Austin. 6'1". Hudson could be a target. Bailey Miller on to serve. The rookie, outside hitter. Skips one through. Did it find the floor? Yes, it does indeed on the second bounce.
How about that? And the celebration on the bench, running and flying past Bailey Miller. She just clips the tape. This is a tough one. You've got to keep moving forward when the ball hits the tape, but it's very difficult to do.
Now, you might wonder, why has a timeout not been called again by Atlanta? Well, they don't have one. You only get one. And the technical. So Paulo Coco is a passenger from here forward. DeHogue dug by Eggleston. Pinoy on the other side equal to the task, and that one is pushed into the middle cleverly by Hudson.
Very smart play by Eva Hudson, who we talked about at the beginning of the match that she's going to have a big one. She's been playing very well, but it's tough to do at this level.
SEC Player of the Year last season, and by last season, I mean just a few months ago in the fall of 25 for Kentucky and Craig Skinner. And push on the other side, that one with a little more velocity and angle to it from Banks.
And I have to keep talking about the passing of Austin right now. If my eyes do not deceive me, they're passing 100% positive pass right now. They are completely in system and in rhythm.
Well, that is a good stat. Coach, you'll take that, right?
I will, if this isn't wrong, but I think it's right.
Another dig by Eggleston. Another transition opportunity. Run down by Hudson. Struggling to find rhythm is Atlanta, and that one's out of bounds and long. Fading in set number one, 17-9. Here comes the challenge flag. Throw it high, throw it proud. Make your mark. Paulo Coco puts it on the ground, and we'll have our first challenge of this first set.
I saw DeHogue going high, flat off the hands.
We're just put the ball on the side. Yeah, it looks like we need an aggressive serve. If you miss,
now you can call a challenge here. Look at any one of these topics. Here it'll probably be a touch at the net, but it's a de facto timeout. Paulo Coco's taking advantage, looking for it, and he gets it. A successful challenge and an opportunity to talk to his team.
Well, that was a great play and a good call.
Go back, good serve, good serve. Let's take risk if we're gonna play. Six back.
Beatrice Nicoletti will come in. You hear Coach encouraging her.
No, that's the middle. That's the middle.
Nicoletti trying to provide some defensive support as well. Everyone there for the tip this time. Oh, opportunity Atlanta. You have to have this one. Adams fast to the outside. That tip can't find it. Skinner gives her team some time. Both teams scramble plays. O'Neal can't find the floor yet. That one nearly into the scoreboard. Turned by Jimerson. Was anybody in the net? They were not. But the ball is off the block and out of bounds. There was a lot of technical volleyball in that rally.
So much good stuff happening right now. And in the middle back, Hudson was just flying around, chasing balls that hit off the hands down the line, watching the tips and the transition plays.
I love the deliberate time given on both sides, scooping it high to allow for a reset. Pinoy, fast one to Powell. DeHogue. Boy, that was a speedy play.
Very fast. And you saw Banks way inside the court, and based on the flight of that ball and how far outside the antenna, may have wanted to stay just a little bit deeper on that play. It happened in a hurry.
The Dogs are going to head out. Both players from the University of Washington after their stint in the double sub.
The Dogs.
Now, they're not going to do any barking for Molly McCage's excellent plays.
No, they're definitely not.
No. All the offensive tools again available for Austin, and that is a crack cross court from Eggleston.
Eggleston coming through one-on-one on the outside, but look at the speed of this ball. Here's a perfect pass, and you see Jimerson has to make a move towards O'Neal just a little bit and hang in there, and that leaves Eggleston one-on-one.
Logan Eggleston has been served more than anyone in League One volleyball in this season, and she has held up 617 receptions. The next, Alexa Gray, who we'll see in action for Salt Lake coming up, over 100 attempts fewer than Eggleston. McCage gets the backslide winner.
Well, they are just playing so well. Austin just in a rhythm right now, not just passing, but also defense and transition.
Yeah, this is a group that had a strong core of returning players, but it's been kind of an up and down season since their last Atlanta meeting. They are 4-4. You mentioned that 3 straight that they had to win. Perhaps settling in. McCage, not quite. Jarvis, who's in defensively. And Eggleston goes a little bit sharp that time and just out of bounds.
So
they needed to win their final 3 to make the postseason. Did Austin played the most sets of any team in this year, 85 sets. How do they find more consistency? This was something we talked to Eric Sullivan about.
And that, I mean, that's the thing. They have to just be steady and consistently win early on in matches. They extend rallies, they let some points get away from them, and then all of a sudden they're in a 4th set when you think it's gonna be over. So if they can dial it in, but they'll take it. They'll take those 5-set wins. I mean, because hey, a win's a win, but really you want to play a little bit tighter early on.
Their 2 wins over Atlanta came in 5 sets. Hudson, good move. Jimerson finds the mark.
Well, that's what happens when they're passing well. And I was looking at some of the location by Fairbanks earlier. Ball's a little bit off the net on the right side, then a little bit too tight. See if she can steady in also as a setter to give her hitters a better shot.
Tia Jimerson can be a value add when she is serving. She leads all middle blockers in League One in defense, the most digs. Coming in with 61. Here she has Austin off balance. And the block does its job. Magda Yahalasheva with the stuff. That is Magda the Magnificent, #1 blocker in the league.
She is one of the best blockers because of her vision and her speed across the net. Really good job just staying home on that one.
Leads in total blocks, leads in positive touches. She has been creating with that defense at the net. Off the face that time. Right back to it. See if she's up in transition. Yes, she is. Doesn't matter. Goes to Hudson one-on-one with Skinner. Rematch. Both players defensively. Up to it. Montano spins through that one and down.
Opportunities on both sides. Just a couple of miscommunications and miscues with the middles or the right side blockers on both sides of the court. A nice finish for Atlanta. They need this. They need to get some momentum here.
20-15. Maybe the momentum coming. Here comes some blocking support. Julia San Giacomo checks in. Closest we've been since Austin had 13 points. Nice little run by Atlanta. More trouble here. Finally getting them out of rhythm. That ball could have been brought back. It was not.
We heard at one of the timeouts or the challenge, Paulo Coco, so they have to take some more risks. And it looks like they're doing it from a serving standpoint. Austin's been a little bit more off the net as of the last few points.
These 2 teams, the #2 and #3, will meet again tomorrow. Back-to-back action in this 2-match series. Remember, we have the 2 matches if we are split at the end of 2. Doesn't matter the set score. We'll play 1 set to 15, a golden set, which will function as a match inside of the match. And the winner will move on to 1. Atlanta looking for a little something, staying aggressive from the line. That one might have been out.
That's been the key. Serving tough and getting Austin off the net, so their first ball isn't as good.
San Giacomo down the line. Looked like it may have been out. A referee confirms it immediately. And we have the 2 challenges per team per set, but also the referees can look at it. And Eric Sullivan wants to talk about it. They have lost substantial ground here as Atlanta's within 4. Let's go to the benches.
Let's stay aggressive. All three of those passes, the last ones were kind of back a little bit. On it, forward, be aggressive with what we're doing right now. Taking good swings, keep it up here, right? Keep it up. Hey, out of the timeout, maybe a little off speed. Players at the net, look for stuff off the net, right? A little disruptive to have some time to think about it. Make sure we're on that stuff. Hey, let's go here, come on. Let's go here, come on.
Yeah, I think we go over them. Yeah.
Keep the tempo on the goes, even medium, okay?
Hey, let's go. Come on, reset. Yes. Right now, first ball, first ball. Right here, right here. Yep.
You heard their head coach, Eric Sullivan, two-time Olympian at libero, talking about service reception, what to look for here from Montano. Out of the timeout. She goes for it anyway, no off speed to be had. Skinner stuffed straight down, San Giacomo.
Comes in and does her job. That's exactly why they made the substitution to get her in the match. Huge block in front of Skinner.
Best outside hitter. Indonesian title championship last year. Here, biggest block of her season, and there's a miss. That one was a little bit off speed.
That was off speed and hit her on the side of her hand just a little bit, tried to change it up. But I like how Atlanta has really changed everything. There's a little more sense of urgency in their serving, how they're scrapping defensively.
That was a 6-1 run. They're gonna need more. Adams, perfect pass. And Alasheva covered. And Giacomo gets the favorite return, a block from O'Neal. Top scoring middle blocker in the league. Asia O'Neal getting it done defensively and offensively.
Oh, he talked about the middle of the court, the meat of that block of Austin. It is O'Neal and McCage anchoring that block.
Number 2 in blocks, number 2 in positive touches too. Magda on the other side. Love this middle duel at the moment. There's one blasted by.
That's a nice rhythm play. That's exactly what you can see from Atlanta when they're passing well and Fairbanks is feeling it. Look at this tempo on the ball. Montano just comes in, perfect rhythm. That fast arm gets past the block.
Bad pass, that's an ace at an opportune moment. How about Julia San Giacomo? Been in and out of the lineup. 7 aces on 9 errors, make it 8.
Well, this has been great, and they've been going hard after Banks here. She's really the one that's been getting them off the net.
See if she goes right back to the same spot. Deep corner, close to the net. Adams missed opportunity. It's been returned. San Giacomo can't find it. O'Neal gets another block. Wow, Mackenzie Adams wants that one back.
Well, and that is what makes Asia O'Neal so good. We'll take a look at this play. A huge hustle play and a big stuff block by O'Neal.
Yeah, hung in there and read the attack. Montano through the seam. She not only passed on the numbers, she passes the eye test when she attacks the ball.
It's incredible, and she kind of cruises into it a little bit, very slow to fast, and then her arm is just as fast as anyone that I've seen.
43% kills here. Set point for Austin, although Atlanta with the momentum. They have to have it. Asia, what do you got?
I love that.
The second time. Asia, what do you got? The winning kill in set number 1.
Set me again.
Carly Lloyd running the offense. Austin scoring early, holding on late. Will they hold the momentum when we reset to 0 in the second frame? For now, it's 1-0 ATX.
Great.
All right, let's send it down the court. We're crossing AC or standing by with some run fans.
All right, check this out. This is one of my favorite games, AC, because you got to be able to pay attention, but you also got to have speed with quick hands. We got the contestants here. They're going to have to follow our commands, and then they're going to have to see who can grab that ball the fastest.
That's right. You must have a 7th grade
high score from Tayo. So it's going to be super competitive there earlier. So let's not waste any time and let's get going. You kick it off.
All right, on my command, guys. Pay attention real close. Here we go. Head, shoulders, knees, toes. Ooh, you got to be quick for that. Hold that.
All right, we got one team eliminated, followed by lead. It is my turn to give you the command. Here we go, ladies.
Focus.
Knees,
Yeah.
head, knees, toes, ball.
Ooh, it's going to be some friendship change. All right, looks like we got our finale right here.
That's it.
Here we go. This for everything. This for bragging rights. Here we go. All right. Head. Knees like that. Toe. Elbow. Ooh, you can't do that, can you? Congratulations. You are a winner. Come on, you are a winner. Congratulations. Great job. You get that prize back, and thanks for playing Quick Hands. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Austin fans, let's get up in the center and have some fun with our new Snapchat cam.
Back in Louisville for set number 2 as it begins to take shape here. We'll take a look at the outside hitters, their numbers on the season. This could be the most intriguing matchup within the matchup. Very similar numbers for Adams and Eggleston.
Well, and they're playing the same game. Yeah, that's
Same
what you're
role.
seeing. The same role, 6 rotation outside hitter, and so close in every single part of the game. So it's going to be really, those are the X factors. The outside hitters, Eggleston, Adams, who's going to play consistently, who's going to play better in different areas of their game.
Yeah, and probably offensively is the biggest category. Both players hitting under 200, just under 200.
Mm-hmm.
If one of them breaks out, hits 250 or above, does that team win?
I think it changes everything, and I think yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll continue to keep an eye on that through 1. Eggleston 3 kills, 5 digs, 8 receptions on the other side for Adams. Not quite the same success. She's 1 of 7. But certainly capable of killing, say, 4 in a row. Eggleston right away will find it down the line, and that'll be number 4 for her.
What a nice patient swing. And again, Atlanta's serving tougher since the second half of the first set. They've been serving much, much tougher and getting Austin off the net.
What happened during that first set in the beginning half?
The beginning, they honestly, it was serving. They were serving easy. They weren't taking a lot of risks from the service line. Even attacking, weren't taking a lot of risks. And it just changed when they served tougher. Austin was off the net. They were good in transition. They were playing scrappy defense. And that's where everything shifted after the tough serving.
Atlanta went down in that first 6-1. Paulo Coco called his first and only timeout of the set. Here quickly, 2-0. Jimerson puts a stop to that.
Perfect pass, and that's what Atlanta needs to do. We go back to that first half of the first set. Austin was passing 100% good pass for about 2/3 of the match, of the set, excuse me. So that has changed quite a bit.
McCage in the middle and in front. You talked early on about the versatility that Molly McCage has been working on.
She's got everything in front and behind. She can run that gap, that 31 that's a little bit far from the setter, right on the setter, or all the way behind.
Molly McCage rekindled her career a couple of seasons ago, back to being a professional player. Thought she was on her way out. Now she's in her 10th season with no stop ahead. Eggleston steps into set, calls everyone off. Lays it too tight, and the block is there. Montano and the finger wag of Tia Jimerson.
They completely surrounded that ball. Banks was trying to tool off the hand, and Montano gave her no room, and Jimerson said, no, no, not today.
Tia Matumbo to the line with another difficult serve. They scored in this rotation, not this time. A heater over the top from Banks.
That is a nice rip by Banks, keeping her off the net just a little bit. She's talking about that to her teammates. You love the communication, saying that was a perfect set.
Maddie Banks had a very nice summer, went to the Norseca Final Six, got a gold medal alongside Emily Thader, Claire Chaussee, Jaylee Winters, Skylar Fields, some of the other players here in League One volleyball. Montano works around that one. It's dug by Skinner playing middle back. Banks steps in, stays aggressive, and Yahalasheva says you might want to rethink it.
And that's a tough one, a high inside ball. When you have the best blocker in the league in front of you, you're going to want to think a little bit differently. Go high, chop down the line.
Well, both of the best blockers have been making their impact, each side with 4, and you saw the finish with Asia O'Neal in the first. Yahalasheva can't get to that one all alone against Skinner.
I want to point something out. You mentioned Skinner playing in the middle back, and that's why. She is an opposite attacker that normally plays on the right, but her big attack has been so efficient. They've now moved Eggleston to the right and had her playing in the middle back.
Yeah, she may have the capability to play internationally at outside hitter. We'll see. There's a block from Eggleston. That's 5 now for Austin, 6-3 as the beginning part of this set looks like the first.
And that is a phenomenal move. Eggleston times it perfectly. Look at that left hand back into the court. Just got her.
Banks again. Driving deep corner. Did it fall? No. Got just enough air underneath it. This is match number 1 on the night. Houston takes on Salt Lake. Later tonight here from Louisville. Glad you're with us. Kevin Barnett alongside Notre Dame head coach Salima Rockwell. Here in set number 2, Austin, Atlanta. And they continue to trade blocks. Adams, one-on-one, wins that battle.
Adams is one of the best slide blockers.
Adams with a big move. Remember, she had 30 blocks coming in. And is second on her side. Unusual for an outside to have that as Hudson drops an ace. So we wondered about that spot, and now both players at the outside hitter spot have laid aces.
Well, and I love how Paolo Coco is using both of them.
Yeah.
You know, very strategically at the right time, some offense and some defense.
O'Neal forced the tip, no one home.
Smart tip by O'Neal. Again, they're moving the zones around, trying to get Adams a little bit off as a blocker, so brought that slide attack inside the court just a little bit more.
O'Neal to serve. 14 aces on the year. Had that one fall off the shelf, creating some trouble for Adams. And she's into the net. That all started with the serve of Asia O'Neal.
O'Neal has been known as one of the best middle blocking servers. It's flat to the tape. Very difficult to pass.
Coming off a very strong final 4 matches of the year, 38 kills, 11 blocks, 5 aces, and 9 digs across those matches. 3 victories in a row for her side, and they had to have them.
So I love how Fairbanks ran that offense. They served that ball down the line, expecting her to set outside. So he just one-on-one. McCage cheated a little bit to the outside, and that left Montano back one-on-one.
Montano can play with the best of them. Here she faces another test. Oh, deep move. Carly Lloyd exciting the setter inside Salima Rockwell.
That's just such a great play.
Look at you just swelling up with
that's
pride.
What I wanted to do. I was like, yes, do it. The tight pass. You just punch that in the deep corner. Very proud of you, Carly. All setters in the world. I'm proud of all of you.
Short serve to follow. 3 hitters in the front. Powering through goes Mackenzie Adams. I mentioned Mackenzie Adams' offensive production has been a little off. Nothing else about her performance has been off at all. Number 1 in aces, number 2 in blocks, and number 1 at outside hitter in the entire league in that category.
Well, and we talked a little bit to Paulo Coco, and we can talk about this more just with Kelsey Robinson-Cook being out and the different role that she's really had to take on this year.
That one clipped over. The push draws Jimerson into the net. There's Paulo Coco encouraging his side. It has been a reconstruction in this year. Took a little while to figure out the momentum. Lost a number of pieces. You mentioned one of them in Kelsey Cook. Danielle Coutinho played a huge role as well. Mackenzie Adams had herself an incredible 2025. As that ball looked like it was in, and it was. So Adams came in with a lot of expectations here for her, number 13 in her 12th season now. And while the offense hasn't been there, so much else has.
She has been so good, just all-around game. Again, taking over kind of that role of Kelsey Cook.
Moving between the OH1, OH2.
Which is not easy to do. You know, you've got to pass the ball, handle the ball, really hold everything down, and that's something that she's embraced. Paulo Coco is very proud of her for taking on that role.
Yeah, you'll get to stay on the floor if you're creating opportunities for others via your defensive presence. So, disproportionate to set number one. We are locked in a pitched battle here as we approach the technical timeout. In set number 2, Adams and Atlanta. Can they get 3 in a row here? A little mini run to lead at the technical. Jimerson, cross body, misfires. And for the second consecutive set, Austin will lead 12-9 at the technical timeout. Atlanta is a little bit closer, playing a little bit better. Can they continue making strides here in Louisville? Their head coach told us nothing will be decided tonight. Everything will be decided tomorrow, but you want to get off on a good step. They want to tie this at 1 set apiece. Second half of set 2 coming your way.
Experience. All things to our good friends over at Skins. Angie and Avery, this is their first game of volleyball, and what a way to go. How are y'all enjoying yourselves? It's hard to find the words. We thought we had good to see, so we had to and Avery was saying that she doesn't play volleyball, but today is encouraging her to play. So, you think you're going to pick up the ball, do a couple of serves later on this week after tonight? So Lily, absolutely, it's all thanks to our good friends over at Skins, and thank you all for being here today. Of course, we have an elevated experience every day, but you want to see us, okay? We want to be a part of all of these experiences thanks to our good friends over at Skins. Can we get a go team on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3, go!
The 2025 season was a circus ride for Austin. What will the 2026 season hold? We will find out. They'll get past tonight to try and get to the finals April 16th and 18th in Los Angeles. A year ago, it was up and down. Struggled through a 5-11 campaign, did Austin, only to show up in the finals with their second coach of the year. They win the title from that spot, 3-2, 3-2, 3-0, to have the streamers and the hardware fall on them.
It was such a crazy season, just watching them come from the bottom, really, and make their way up to win.
They had to fight their way in here. And San Giacomo now once again joins the fray and immediately makes a difference at the net. We saw her do that in set number 1. Leah San Giacomo out of Santa Clara and Northwestern, 6'5", Sonoma native. And 6'5", if you don't have a good concept of how tall that is in women's volleyball, that's a 7-footer.
It's a 7-footer, yes. That is some size, and she's not just big. She creates things with her attacking. Really good with her hands in front of her face, too, as a blocker.
Yeah, Paulo Coco said there is so much growth for her still available. Here she chases the play. Reset. High flat, it's good.
Nice swing, high off the head, hands of Montagna.
Halashima stepped into that one. Atlanta in trouble.
You know, there's so many little plays that Eggleston makes. Comes in, scoops up a lot of those short balls underneath the block and makes a perfect play to Lloyd to attack.
And all of a sudden it's 14-10. That run could continue here. Eggleston scoops. O'Neal delivers. Yeah, Lloyd loves that indeed. 5-1 run, 15-10, and Atlanta again is forced to take a timeout first.
What are you gonna do? Why do you take the decision to do the things? They do what you see. We're not replicating. We got a trouble with these things. She's gonna serve, step. We take and play. If it's back good here. One more ball. She hits over here. We do not dig. Then the game go. One mistake here. 1 minute here. Okay. Sorry. Next one. Sorry. Next one. And the game is going. There is no next one. If you create opportunity, we have to do it.
Hey, one at a time, one at a time. 7's because we've been passing so far.
The cocoa has boiled over.
He absolutely has, and you understand the frustration.
You're feeling it, huh, Coach?
Well, you know, and he, when we talked to him, he talked about he wants them to play well and wants them to play hard and play consistent. He expressed a consistent level of effort and execution. And when that's not happening, he even said, even if we lose tomorrow, you know, that's not okay, but hey, I'll be proud of them for playing hard. And I think that's what's frustrating, when balls are just falling and things aren't lining up and they're giving themselves opportunities to score and not taking advantage of it.
Do not play this ball on 4. We are here. How can you hit this ball here?
Passing kind of negating the middle here for Atlanta, and they cannot offer a diversity of attack. Get another block from Austin, who is now ruling that category.
Banks serving tough and getting the ball off the net.
Yeah, we will see a change at center. See what LMA Powell can now do at the controls in her 3rd season. Orsaka Final 6 MVP over the summer. Dishes immediately. Inoue with the dig. Asia O'Neal staying aggressive, patrolling the net.
Doing so many things well right now. Atlanta serving tough, keeping the ball off the net, forcing so many things offensively for Atlanta they don't want to do.
We're right back at the same point we were at the first. We got there a little bit later, 18-11, an identical score. Austin in control. San Giacomo from LMA Powell. Neither started the match, both are in now. This 8-2 run, does it go 9? If O'Neal was in front of that one, it would have. Instead, she's on the right side and facing a block. That is a unnatural middle blocker attack.
That was a tough play, and really those are the ones you have to think through, right? You've got San Giacomo over there, a huge block. That's a back bump set overhead on the other side of the court. Well, the first problem was Lloyd taking the free ball on the first play.
There's a bump set to the left side. San Giacomo, good spot. Adams can't quite clean it up. That chip is too long. And Atlanta, again, has a hill to climb. They put the crampons on their feet and start up the path.
San Giacomo serving tough, right? Down the middle of the court. Keep an eye on Inoue here, who has been very good defensively.
Driving that one into a gap for another ace. That's the second of the match for number 22. 4 years at Santa Clara, 1 at Northwestern. First here for League One Atlanta. And they have again caused Eric Sullivan to take a timeout.
Same thing, reset here, 0-0. Let's go out and fucking compete for this, right? Stop looking at all the other things. It's all about this fucking next point. Work our asses off to get a good pass here. Run our offense and take a good swing.
Variance in the ball. They're going to try to find something to do, right? We all have to expect to help each other. Everybody to set. We're going to talk. We play out a system. Slow it down. Expect the ball. Don't give them anything. We don't give them anything, okay? Here we go.
Make sure Carly's not taking those free balls, you guys. Get in there.
Let's go.
Move.
Austin.
Here we go. Come on. Talk a lot. Talk a lot. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, let's go, let's go. Yes, come on. Yep, reset. Come on. Let's go. Yeah, we want to. Great.
You know what I love about that? That team is leading by 4 and 1-0.
Well, I mean, that's it. That's the mentality you have to have. You can't let off the gas. You can't. And especially in this league, you cannot take a chance. And I understand Eric Sullivan is like, you cannot let go of this.
Another bad pass. Lloyd will take care of it. Carly Lloyd.
Carly Lloyd showing that fire.
An Olympian in 2016 in Rio with a bronze medal. 2010. Yes, 2010 National Player of the Year at her time at Cal. Zoe Jarvis checks in and hits a laser. That ball will not see a second contact, but we will see Carly Lloyd underneath our table.
Okay.
Going all out and hopefully all right.
Carly Lloyd came over towards the table and just flew underneath, trying to chase down the ball. Shaking it off a little bit here. I think she's all right.
Trying to get this second contact. Hopefully that wasn't your knee into her shoulder, Sling Rock.
It wasn't.
Box.
It wasn't. No, I didn't do anything. I did nothing. I don't think.
See if she's okay. So with the words of intensity during the timeout, here off of an intense play for herself, words of encouragement for her middle.
My goodness, well, that's a lot. I mean, she hit hard. She hit her shoulder hard. You can still see her kind of shaking it off right now.
Mackenzie Adams with a kill in response. Atlanta within reach.
Well, let's talk a little bit about LMA Powell coming in and giving Adams that perfect ball. I like the setting substitution. I think they just needed a different rhythm right now.
Powell serve. They'd love to get a soft touch turn, cannot do it as Skinner works off the hands and out the sideline.
What a nice turn by Skinner. That's that next level of seeing the block, turning it off the hands.
7 kills for Skinner. That leads on her side. Maddie Banks second with 6. Again, Atlanta off balance. Here, laying it short. And a misconnection for the Austin side. We'll give it back.
That's tough. They have a little conversation there afterward of that miscommunication. Looked like Maddie Skinner was going in for a back one. He was ready.
Double quick. Nice save by Austin. Intermission with a clever play. Both teams missing some context there.
Atlanta still making plays, still settling through this game, tipping over the top of the block. I mean, this is the difference, but it's been Powell running the offense that really has made a difference, keeping the ball away from both pins. This is a huge block in the front row right now.
I'd like that one to have been in. Some balance between staying aggressive. Collar Coco giving a thumbs up to Mackenzie Adams on that one for remaining to the more aggressive side of things, even though it's an error and it's 22-18. Bailey Miller in to serve again. Big 12 led ASU last year in attempts. Montano, oh, what a dig by Lloyd, playing just off the edge of the block. Down the line this time. Yvonne Montano, Columbia national team player who led Italy A2 in points last year. You see why.
Rhythm so good right now with Powell setting her behind, goes again on the reverse. Back-to-back sets, she knew she was going to get her kill.
They might want to streak her at this point, 22-19. Jimerson, so good at creating opportunities here from her serve. Here comes one. Montano not available. St. Giacomo was. That ball may have been out. Montano's into the net. Think back to set number 1. An opportunity to continue a run. Mackenzie Adams overpass, thrown to the middle. Here, that ball may be out of bounds.
Absolutely. Those are the plays. I mean, that's the thing. That's why you can't just let a lot of plays get away from you. It's those small plays that make the huge difference at the end once you start closing the gap.
Could have been 22-21. Instead, Atlanta trying to hang on. Another good swing from Montano. Could be time to just feed the EV.
I mean, you might as well. And what I like, again, is the rhythm that Powell has. She's getting her good look after good look right now. And that's why she's successful even when they block her once.
This is a player who went toe-to-toe with Jordan Thompson, had 22 kills against the league MVP. Looking for hands, finding him is Banks.
That is a brilliant shot by Banks. A ball that's dying inside the court. And Banks just changes her arm swing and intentionally goes high and fly.
Set point, looking for a 2-0 lead. Overpass. Put down, and the second set is history.
Yes. Walk in.
Lock in, Salima Rockwell.
I'm locked.
Many of your former athletes are on that team on the Austin side.
They are indeed.
So Paulo Coco and Atlanta, they face the task now of trying to extend this match to 5. Eric Sullivan and his side have done the work through 2. Big leads in both of 18-11.
It's been stretches of points and bunches where they've really given up some runs here, and that's where Atlanta just needs to be consistent with what they're doing right now.
This is the first of 2. Atlanta taking on Austin. 2 on the evening tonight. Salt Lake and Houston coming up next. League MVP Jordan Thompson facing off with perhaps the best outside hitter in Alexa Gray, the Canadian national team star. 6:30 p.m. Eastern. So in between sets 2 and 3, let's get on to Key Michael with Morgan Eggleston.
Harder and harder to pass this serve that's getting tougher and tougher. What do you need to continue to do to stay in control in this match?
Oh, I think just continue what we're doing. We're getting balls nice and high. Carly's doing a really great job of running our offense. I think everyone on our team's ready to hit the ball at all times, and so I think that's what's working well for us right now.
Awesome, spreading out that offense. 5 hitters with over 5 points. You're one of them. Congrats. Keep it up.
Thank you.
5 hitters with more than 5 points. Everything working for Austin from the jump. They went up big in the first. They extended a lead in the second, and they are in a position where they can sweep match number 1 of this 2-match and perhaps golden set series. Back for the third in a moment.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good day.
I think it's neck and neck.
Are we coming?
We got 12 over here, and how many do we have? 13! You're going to go home with a prize pack. Thanks for playing along and playing around.
Austin over Atlanta, 2 sets to none, 25-21, 25-20 inside Freedom Hall. It's going to take some fine performances from a lot of players on the Atlanta side. Key Michael is with Julia San Giacomo, 2 blocks, 2 aces.
Julia, your team has struggled to get past this Austin block. What do you need to do better in the next set?
I think we gotta keep trying to find edges of their block. Their block's obviously very big. And then also cover each other, find opportunities. We had a few at the end there. We were able to cover, and Evie got another attack and was able to find the floor. So I think just staying gritty, trying to touch everything, and keep attacking, because they are a big block and good defense, but we can find ways to score.
Awesome, thank you so much.
Trying to find the floor, indeed. 5 points for San Giacomo, doing her damage from the service line and at the net. Looking like she'll get the start here in the 3rd set, along with Ella Mae Powell. Normally the 6'2" sub, and Onya Ofebu also checking in, number 11 middle blocker out of Oregon in her 2nd season. Hit 520 on the year. She had a long stretch where she was playing, so these are some capable moves with a lot of game experience here in this all-important playoff.
Without question, and they need something. They need something different. They need a change, and they need offense. Last set, they hit 11%, and that's going to be a problem. That's not going to win it for you. And a $180 on the night so far for Atlanta.
Yeah, on the other side, efficiency 310 for Austin. They are killing the ball often and not making a lot of errors. And you might want to just set number 18 a huge majority of the time. One-time middle blocker, just the U23 space, so you know she's got those chops. Gets another kill there, Yvonne Montano. Adams stayed aggressive at the end of the 2nd. Again here, good pass for Austin, and that ball is laced down the line by Logan Eggleston. And that diverse offense continues to be dangerous. Eggleston now with her 6th kill. Banks with 7, Skinner with 7, O'Neal with 5. They'll work on San Giacomo, who'll get her own pass back. Tight. Quality touch at the net. Opposites doing battle, both going high in or over the block. Montano, 2x, winner.
You know, it's really interesting right now. Every time she gets set and blocked or dug, they go right back to her. And I love that mentality of the setters, of the entire team, but I love her mentality that gives them the confidence to do so.
Top scorer in the Swiss League 2 seasons, fluent in Italian, a citizen of the world. And right now, the offensive force that maybe the women in pink need. Connection to the middle is good. A Cage back to serve.
Very good connection when they're passing well, which they have been. Right now, Austin at about 50%. Good pass.
Yeah, but Cage has a kill on all but one of her attempts. O'Neal got one, reset, right back to it. That one's inside of her and wide.
So again, you know, I like you said, I mean, set number 18. You know, we know who's scoring right now. I'd like go outside to San Giacomo, but on that reset, I'm going behind.
Jimerson picked up Lloyd with another defensive gem. And a cross-court winner from number 6, Madison Skinner. And again, it's 4-2. The pressure goes right back to the pink side. They led 1-0. That's their only lead at any point in this match for Atlanta, was the 1-0 here in the 3rd.
Well, Austin playing superior defense right now. Lloyd in that right back, picking everything up.
Oh, Molly McCage flying in with the spatula.
Yeah, sure, why not? She's got long hands, arms. She can reach it.
And a whole bunch of good movement from that left back. Yeah. Hopefully she picks up some 5 for the effort there. She'll check out, libero back in. Paulo Coco saw his frustration earlier. Here he's got to fill his side with some confidence to take this 3rd set.
Look for Austin maybe setting over Powell a little bit here, the smaller of the blockers.
They go to that gap. Powell and Jimerson with a touch. Again, Carly Lloyd. And another miss for the Atlanta offense.
That's the right idea.
Too early.
That was good. I like that play. You could see Paolo Coco talking to LMA Powell, giving her, kind of pumping her up a little bit. Hey, that was a great set.
Remember, this is a 2-match series. Doesn't matter how you win or how you lose. If you do split them, immediately tomorrow night for these two, it will be, if we're tied at 1 apiece, it will be a set to 15. That golden set will determine the winner and who's moving on to the finals in Los Angeles.
What a fun format. I mean, I think it just makes it so exciting. When we talked to Paolo Coco, he said, we don't know what's going to happen, but it's all going to be won tomorrow. Whatever happens, that's where it's all won.
Right, you'll be tested tonight. Everything will be decided tomorrow.
That's it.
Adams. Austin defense expertly positioned there. A couple of players in that spot, and they again convert. Banks continues to lead offensively now. 8 kills on 18. 330.
And those are the little plays, where Jimerson just kind of sticks out an arm. You know who's playing that ball. Take care of it, slow it down, pass it high.
Pineapple number 2 is good. Center to Hawaii.
2 pineapples.
Stay at Riley McKibben's, her husband's house. Say hi to Diana.
I love it. That tight ball, I understand the flight of it. It kind of lends itself to be pushed to that deep corner.
Another tough serve on San Giacomo. Another opportunity for Austin. Coco's got to be thinking about a timeout if this gets converted. Atlanta all out of sorts. That ball is missed. They're going to catch a break here with Austin in the net. And Eric Sullivan unhappy with something. I think he wanted a double contact or 2 contacts. One went down as a block, one as a turn and defensive play. He will lose that argument. And those who are fans of Austin will say the ball never lies.
The ball never lies. But Eric, he likes to complain about things sometimes.
How many years you work together?
Too many years. It's that look, the confusion.
Eric Sullivan, longtime assistant at Texas. Our own Salima Rockwell, an assistant at Texas.
Yep.
Now the head coach at Notre Dame. Eric Sullivan, now the head coach here, as well as the USA Women's National Team. Flipper. Not a second time, though. Austin is scrappy.
They are picking up everything. They are scrappy right now. And this set is closer than it actually feels. Atlanta's finding some ways to score here right now, getting some middle involved. That's where it's working for them.
Oni Ofebu, who burst into the lineup in February with good results, gets her first opportunity in some time. That ball inside the block and down.
But right now, if I'm Powell, if I'm Atlanta, I'm going to Montano. I'm going to side out here the whole time she's in the front row. Set her as many times as possible. She's the one that's putting it down for you.
Former national team setter, Olympic alternate, Salima Rockwell with the call. LMA Powell with the execution. There it is. Nice job, Lena.
I mean, I'm not the only one saying it, I'm sure. And it's good, you need it.
Did that find the back line? Yes, it did. Adams. They need some of this, 9-8.
Absolutely need this fire. They need some big serves. This one didn't have a lot of spin on it, so it's hard to track. Looks like it's going out.
Texas native who worked her way into the USA gym for the first time ever this last summer hits another one that was well long. This is about the point at which Atlanta lost control of the second set. It was tight. Right to the technical timeout at 12-9. From there, it was all Austin. And it's another bad pass. Followed by a 4-second contact and payment exacted by Skinner.
And those are the plays You have to make that bad pass better. Of course, Montagna's trying to put it and give it to someone, but Skinner just cleans it up every time.
Technical timeout possible here. Oh, not yet. LOVB.
More of that, please, Atlanta. Perfect pass, getting LOVB going. She can absolutely go off.
Player who led the Ducks in blocking when she was at Oregon, or embarking on her professional career, comes in hitting .520, which is ridiculous, and serving tough. Playing some defense here. Lloyd again hanging out just inside the middle blocker. Chance for Atlanta. Montagna, scoop. And Joachim over the top. Lloyd again. Inside the block goes Banks, and Carly Lloyd is a defensive engine. Skims is the official loungewear, intimates, and sleepwear partner of League One Volleyball. You know him as Muhammad Ali Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., the Louisville native, and his childhood home here in this historic city.
You want to get this thing started?
Yeah, I got Roll G right here representing, and I just believe we gonna win this. See, that's how I feel.
Hold up. I got Allie representing Row K, and she says she's ready to win this one. So let's not waste any time. On your mark, everyone. Yes, then. Go!
Let's go. Come on, G.
Let's go, Ted.
We gotta get all the way down and back.
It is neck and neck right now.
Come on, hustle. Keep it moving.
Come on, Allie, great job leading your team, and congratulations, you just won for your whole entire team. Thank you for playing as you did.
All right, ATL fans, it's your turn. Let's pick it up to the video board and have some fun with our Snapchat game.
Be at your best when your best is required. That is a good quote about a finals opportunity as we present our power moves by Skims here. Maddie Banks again seizing the moment in the playoff round.
I mean, she's good when it's on. I mean, with 9 kills right now, hitting .360 at 47% kill. I mean, she's just doing it all and moving the ball around. This is what we've seen from her in any playoff situation. She steps up and makes big plays. So Maddie Banks with the power move by Skims.
See if that can continue. 9 kills. You see that hitting close to 400. She's in the front row. Cleaning it up here off the touch. One of the rare setting errors, but it doesn't matter. The wheels are off for Atlanta here on night 1.
And it's tough because now you're just watching the dynamic when they kind of pull away from each other. We have a lot of communication early where they're coming together. And right now, there's a lot going wrong right now for Atlanta.
In set 2, it was 10-9, short of that technical timeout.
Yep.
And then it was 18-11.
That happens in a hurry.
And we're on that same tack right now, 13-9. The lead continues to extend. Here's McCage.
Hudson back in the lineup for Atlanta.
Yeah, she'll get the ball right away. Puts it down the line, misses wide left. Coach, some of those nights you're making moves and nothing's quite working. What are you left to do?
He is making all the moves right now. I mean, you just got to keep pumping them up and try to get them playing better, right? Because there's more match to be played today. There's another match to be played tomorrow. So, hey, we need to reset here. How can we just worry about ourselves? Take care of the little things right now. That's what they have to do.
Now 5 points, the largest lead of this set. Moments ago, Montano with that jump serve. Can apply some pressure, back line. Anyway, just eats that thing up. She eats difficult serves for breakfast.
She does.
Yeah, that was not an easy one.
No, just perfect to the setter.
Have a pair of excellent liberos from the Japanese national team here. Manami Kojima, the other one, will be in action tonight in match number 2. That ball pushed over, what a run. Who's that? That's your opposite creating for you. Pin up Pinoy. Creating on the other side. Hudson tries to transition out. Montano roll shot, picked up Inoue. And a blast inside the block, wins again. Long rallies, short rallies, Austin in control.
They're just finishing the plays, and this one is where Eggleston just makes it happen at the end.
We never give up for the game. We never give up the game. It's important. 1 point each time, gonna play and try this. Say, the game we're gonna tie, strong serve, defense transition. Easy balls over there, handed, give you up to the other. Now we have they're digging, creating the defense. We're gonna tie with this. That's the way we get a tie. Okay, let's go.
A much different tact that time from Paulo Coco.
Well, you've got to just tell them what they need to do. You cannot give up on a game. That's what he can feel the difference in the dynamic of the team on the floor right now. Yelling at them right now is not going to help. Never give up on it and take care of the little things and see if it resonates.
If they can get started a little bit earlier, their comeback might work. At the end of each set, they have scored some points, but they've been too far in arrears. 18-11 is the mark they have been at in set 1 as well as set 2. That Skinner miss will help.
And we've seen them serve tough, get Austin off the net, make some digs and transition plays. That's exactly what they can do here to get a run.
Hudson with an easy serve. Skinner out of the back row. There's an error. This has seemed to be that equation if you're Atlanta, where unfortunately the other side is not only making plays, but you are also making errors.
Yeah, and that's a tough situation to be in.
That ball's still live, not anymore. 4 touches as a setter battle has broken out.
I like it. Lloyd with the dunk, and Powell comes right back. This is a fantastic pickup. Powell showing a little sauce here and a little fire. I like that.
Mom got her started at 10 years old playing volleyball. Powell recently engaged, looking forward to the nuptials there. Big block. That ball was probably in, scooped. Then put away. Here comes Atlanta.
So a lot of things going on here. Good serving, but the blocking, you saw the blocks just hung in there on Skinner, so she didn't have a free swing. That's a tactical really being involved in the scout right now.
Playing. That ball's up off of her foot, right? Let's go. Hey, great passing. Let's keep it up. They're probably going to serve us short into that 3 zone a little bit. Also with Hudson, watch the deep little, right? She likes to go high, deep, and drop it. So let's make sure we're communicating.
Also, if you pass it short and you want to rip, that's audible to a rip, I think we run it. Okay?
Let's go.
Hey, here we go. Come on.
Austin! Let's go. Right here. Come on. Yes, let's go. Come on. Right here. Yes.
Audible to a rip. What are we looking for?
Well, that's an inside play. If they serve Maddie Banks short, then she can call an inside set. She doesn't have to go all the way out to the outside, and she'll audible that to Carly Moore.
X1 in some parlance?
Yes.
Okay. 4-0. Best rally score so far for Atlanta. Looking for 5. The streak continues. Atlanta is awake.
And it can happen. You can turn it around. You're serving, being disciplined defensively. Look at that dig. That's the one that makes all the difference. This one's still alive, and Austin unable to come up with it.
That one hurts.
It hurts, but they're right back in it. They are absolutely right back in this set.
Hudson, get out of the way. What a flick of the wrist from Carly Lloyd.
Love it. You heard O'Neal just screaming for it. Slide, slide. Perfect connection. That's that middle connection with Carly Lloyd that's been so good this second half of the season.
Keeping the pressure on the Atlanta side out. The Atlanta offense. Lloyd again tracks that one. More good defense. Turns into more points for her side. Carly Lloyd, MVP.
I mean, she's playing out of her mind. Certainly defensively, just keeping the ball and controlling it. She's playing defense. She's talking to her hitters. She's communicating well.
Lloyd with 10 digs. And her team hitting 340. That one's undiggable.
Fast set. Fairbanks coming in, making another change here to see if she can get herself back in rhythm. This is a good time to put your starting setter back in. See if she can bring it back for Atlanta.
Jimerson to the corner. Eggleston fights it off. She'll run a little bit, rip inside. Here a high ball. And the kill. Paula Coco is not going to get a lot of sleep tonight at this rate.
No, that was a fantastic swing. You saw the ball was inside. Wanted the block to move in just a little bit more to take that hard angle away.
5 points away from a sweep in match number 1. Eggleston with the defense. Offense coming the other way, of course. It is Banks. A stellar match, 10 kills now for Banks. She and Skinner doing the lion's share of the damage, along with Logan Eggleston. All 3 players in double figures. Super fast to the outside.
And that middle almost touched that ball. That was right over top of the middle. A nice fast swing for Adams.
Adams' 7th kill, and all is not lost here. They've made runs. As Ella Mae Powell enters, the double sub goes off. One you have to have. The hot hand as of late. Going high flat, not quite enough. McCage catches up to that one. How about the fancy footwork from number 5?
She used to be a dancer. Look at this from so far off the net. McCage gets her, keeps it in front of her. It's not perfect, and she sneaks it through.
Febu collects a powerful swing there. She's worked her way into opportunity. Really did not play much in 25. And as mentioned, has really seized her chances here in 26. They need a couple on this service run. Adams again at the line. That's the end of that. With authority, Molly McCage.
Oh, the perfect pass by Banks. We talked about that. McCage just getting up, getting after it.
A coach who knows there's another match ahead. Even though he has to be proud of his group right now. Febu back to back. Will she get the start tomorrow?
Oh, I love what she's doing right now. They need the offense, and she is making it happen right now.
Negretti into serve for Febu, trying to bring a little bit of energy. That ball a little far off. Negretti with the dig. A must-have. Goes the other way. No, it does not, because there was a net violation on that block. Big point for Atlanta. And remember, both sides have burned their timeouts. The players will decide it here in the red zone.
Negretti serving that one down the line. I like the strategy into kind of all the traffic there on the right side of the court.
Now there's a stack. She'll go into it again. Perfect pass. Atlanta hanging on. Ball is tight. Looking for hands. Banks got him. Maddie Banks, a PhD in outside hitting.
So good at finding those hands.
Match point number 1. Perhaps Austin's best match of the year at just the right moment. Bailey Miller for the win. If you're Montano, how aggressive will you be?
Medium.
Okay. She's a jump server. Needs something special. You talked about the middle early on, Selena Rockwell, and it was a big deal.
That's good volleyball, you guys. So good. Everyone. Austin. So good. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? I told you to take MVP. Yeah.
That's good volleyball. So good.
So incredibly good. And Palo Coco thinking about tomorrow, there is another match ahead of them, but Austin, they played well in every phase of the game. They passed well, they were attacked well, their defense was relentless, and there was no shot with how well they were playing for Atlanta to win tonight.
A diverse and effective offense.
Oh my God! Get out there! Get out!
Quarterbacked by Carly Lloyd, who was just told by her teammates that she is the MVP of this match.
Hi.
First of the series. You talked about how the offense was effective. She was contributing defensively in a big way as well.
There was so much she was doing well, just going after everything, but defense was incredible tonight for Lloyd. That is what has been separating her, and that's what certainly separated her tonight.
Yeah, she's just hanging out on the edge of that block right there. Took so many hard drivens.
And just saw it. She sees the game so well, competing at a high level, but saw the game.
And her team had her. Much deserving. And in her MVP moment, she turns and talks to her whole crew and credits them. A setter, a mom, and a champion plays like it in match number 1. Austin in this 2-match series, which could end with a golden set tomorrow, leads one match to none. Who will lead in the second? This is our second match of the night. Salt Lake City taking on Houston. Jordan Thompson, how much damage will she do? The last time they met, it was straight sets. A Houston coronation. They are the number 1 seed. It'll be 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Hi, Kevin Barnett alongside Selena Rockwell. We'll be back for that, along with Key Michael, who is with Carly Lloyd.
Carly, congratulations. You had such a balanced offense today. 3 players over 10 points. What do you do to make sure it goes smooth like that?
I mean, the first thing was our passing was really consistent, so that had options. And I think we were dialed in. We knew they would be a tough serving team. This is a great opponent, and just kept talking and front loading that. Like, we want to be in system as much as we can. And I kept telling everyone, like, be ready. Everyone be ready and expect the ball all the time. And I feel like that happened, so it was executed well.
I love the connection with your middles, but you also were on fire. 5 points of your own. As a setter, how do you impact a match like this?
For me, it's like just about being patient and trying to see as much as I can. And then if I can be active, it gives my hitters more space. So I'm looking for those opportunities to make the defense a little, not jumpy, but like look at me so that they then give my hitters some space. So that's the mentality I have, yeah.
Can you compare this team to last year's championship team?
I think we have a similar group. I think we miss Chi and that leader and that presence, but this team is really coming together, and I think at the right time. Everyone is stepping into their role, and it's both years, great group of girls, but this team is really connected and really cares about each other in an awesome way, and it's amazing to play here, yeah.
Thanks so much, congratulations.
Thank you.
Eggleston 11 kills, Banks 10, Skinner 10, and the middles, O'Neal and McCage 15 combined, 7 and 8. That diverse offense leads to success on the scoreboard. 370 as a crew, and they have that 1-0 lead. Salt Lake and Houston up next.
It's going to be a good match coming up next between the two teams, but tomorrow, keep an eye out for Atlanta regrouping. I'm sure they learned a lot from this match, and you can guarantee they don't want to go down like that tomorrow.
So we're going to run on time here in Louisville, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back with you for the first of our next match, Salt Lake and Houston. For now, it was all Austin from the jump. They only trailed once. That was 1-0 in the third. Otherwise, they were completely dominant, 25-21, 25-20, and 25-21. They'll serve it up and run it back tomorrow and decide who moves on to the League One championship in LA. We'll see you for our next match shortly. Congratulations, Austin.
Yeah, it's gonna be